This worst case scenario will scare the crap out of you. However, there is some good news hidden amongst the trees. But before we get to that, it's going to get real ugly. Buckle up. If you're new here, my name is Steve, and I'm going to help you have less stress and more success by focusing only on the facts and the charts. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're jumping straight into it. We're going to start on the 6-month chart. Unfortunately, not many people pay attention to the 6-month chart, simply because there are such powerful candles in here that this could be our secret sauce. I'm going to point out candle number 1, candle number 2, and then we'll talk about the candle that we just printed. Some candles have the power to absolutely reverse trend, just like this is called a hammer candle. So you're looking at all 10 years of Bitcoin's history. This candle told us a major trend reversal was coming, and did we ever? This candle is also a hammer candle. It told us that we had a major trend reversal, and boy, did we ever. I mean, we went from about $3,000 all the way up to 65. However, some people will say that this is called an inverted hammer. That's not correct. This is actually called a shooting star. Shooting stars are technically found at the tops of uptrends and signal a major trend reversal is coming, meaning that this uptrend that we just had up to 65, there's some ugliness coming and it hasn't even started yet. And it should play out over the next couple candles, which illustrates the next at least year. Now that I've got your attention, we need to really get into it, because these shooting star candles you don't want to play with. This is not you go in your backyard, you see a shooting star, and it's incredible. This is something you do not want to touch. So as we go into a couple other charts, we're going to talk about how bad this can get in a realistic expectation of how bad it could get. What's the worst case scenario? We also have the Gaussian channel on the 5-day. Anytime we've been in an uptrend and entered the Gaussian channel, it was an average of 1 year of turmoil, 1 year of a bear market. There's 4 previous data points. All 4 of them, we were in an uptrend. We entered the Gaussian channel and it was quicksand all 4 times. So how bad could this honestly get in a realistic approach, right? This is not a channel where we predict doom and gloom, but again, there is some good news that we're going to get to, and it's probably life-changing news. But before we get to that, it's just going to get ugly, okay? This is our yellow line. This is the 21-week EMA. Never in Bitcoin's history, in its history, have we been below the 21-week EMA, which we are now, and stayed in a bull market. It's never happened before, and not only have we been below it for like 1 week, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Not a good sign. So how bad could this get given what we've talked about with the shooting star, with the Gaussian channel, with the 21-week EMA? Let's talk about the honest approach here. We've got our 3-box theory. Price action is still good. However, the RSI, which we pointed out for multiple weeks, we've breached a key level, right? Anytime we've breached this key level in the monthly RSI, it's been horrific. It means that the top of the market is already in. You can look at our past top at 20K. That's when we breached right after that, signaling that the market had already topped and that we were in the midst of a long-term bear market. Okay, you can look at our previous market top here. As soon as we had our market top, we breached with the RSI on the monthly and Bitcoin was down for the count. So now that we've painted this picture, this video is all about the absolute worst case scenario. I'm going to do a video with the best case scenario, because the best case scenario is if Bitcoin's price action holds 30K, we could be in for a really incredible ride to the upside. I'm going to talk about price predictions there. Let me know in the comments if you want that video. But now let's get into price predictions with Bitcoin for this calendar year, for 2021. If we have this shooting star play out, if we have the quicksand play out, if we have this 21-week EMA play out with the way that it's been going, what is realistic for 2021? Well, we've got to talk about the facts and the charts, right? That's why you subscribe to this channel. This shooting star it's not a friendly one, okay? This means that more than likely the next 1 or 2 candles is going to be bearish, and technically, in order to confirm this candle, we need the next candle to be bearish, which it's already started with, but it will print in 179 days from now. If all that sounds a little bit confusing, let's look at market structure. This key level of about 14K is what I want you to keep your eyes on. It's likely that this will not touch in 2021, but potentially 2022 if the bear market continues. Again, this is the worst case scenario. I just want to paint a clear picture, but remain level-headed because I do have some good news. Now, when we keep that 14K in mind, let's look at some facts for the Gaussian channel. Anytime with the previous 4 times that we fell into our quicksand, we went below the Gaussian channel. And not only did we go below a couple percentages, it was about 50%. Each time we went below the Gaussian channel, we went about 50% below it each and every time. So it may be in our best interest just to see what the bottom of the Gaussian channel is now and a 50% decline from there. Bottom of the Gaussian channel now is at about 25, and we'll just go ahead and we'll take about a 50% correction. It puts us down to about 13,000, right? Coinciding with what the market structure is for this shooting star. And again, on the 21-week EMA, holding at least below that puts us in a bear market for about a year. So we also know that these previous market cycles get pretty ugly. When we had our top here, not only did we go below, we went below about 94%. Market cycle top number 2 wasn't as bad as the 94. It was at about 87. Market cycle top 3, which you may remember at 20K, it wasn't as bad as the previous one from 87, but it was about 84. So you talk about 94, 87, 84. You could see that over time it's getting a little bit less ugly. But again, you're talking about going from 84. What would it put us at a percent decline if we were to go to about 14K? We're looking at about 78. And mathematically, that makes the most sense. And structurally, it makes the most sense. However, it doesn't look likely that we would hit that in 2021. If the bear market played out, we would hit it in the first half of 2022. Now, again, this is going to be fingernails on a chalkboard from you, but again, I'm just talking about the facts. These are not my emotional opinions. This is a fact. This is a shooting star. It's a trend reversal candle. It's nothing to play with. The facts are also that this is quicksand. We haven't played well with it in 10-year history. Also the facts of the 21-week EMA. So I'm not throwing my emotional opinions at you. I'm not trying to make these ridiculous claims. In fact, nobody watching this video wants to hear what I have to say, but they appreciate it and respect it because it is the facts. And not many people will talk about it from this angle, but again, what it's looking like is that this could get ugly. It could surprise a lot of people. But again, I told you I had good news. If Bitcoin were to fall into a bear market for the next year and see a low of 14K, that means we would have done something that Bitcoin's never done before in any of our market cycles. It's highly likely if this were to happen, there would be more blood in the street than ever before in Bitcoin. Everyone would be calling for its demise, its death, it's over, it was a fad, it was like Beanie Babies. Everybody will say the most horrific things. There's probably going to be substantial bans from countries coming in, and it'll get ugly. It'll get ugly. However, if Bitcoin does what the chart is saying is possible, this will be the best buying opportunity of your life, plain and simple, hands down, nothing even close. It'll be the best opportunity of financial freedom for you and your family. It'll be the ugliest time in Bitcoin. That'll be the most fear. And again, if it plays out like that, it'll be major news, like countries absolutely banning crypto. It'll look like the entire world will ban crypto, but it won't happen. They can't do it. So you can come back to this video if it does play out like this and rewatch it, because if we do go to potentially this 14K area over the next year from now, it'll be the ugliest time in cryptos and Bitcoin's history, but it'll be the best time for you and your family. So I wanted to paint this worst case scenario for you to have a level head. Because although it could get a little bit ugly, it could be a rocky road, if you just sit back and relax, you're going to have the best buying opportunity within 1 year from now, which will change your life probably forever. So if this does hold true, hold tight, be patient. And again, I want to make a video of the best case scenario, because if we hold 30K, I believe we're about to shoot to the proverbial moon, right? It's not going to really go to the moon. However, we could have a very large rally if we continue to hold 30K, judging by our 3 boxes. I'm going to talk about the percentages here and give you a take on the most bullish case, right? The best case scenario for Bitcoin, because this was the worst case. So hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.